All right, welcome back, or if you're just now joining us, welcome to Game 2 of the playoff match here between Zoast and Aussie. And all your dreams are coming true. We are doing RBO, standing for Reverse Boss Order. I am still joined by Tracy, or maybe I'm joining her, I don't know. But either
Either
way,
way.
it's about to be a good one. What do you think, Tracy?
Osse pulling that curveball that you talked about. Like we said, maybe not his best category, but is a volatile category, certainly a category he can complete. Um, lots of mistakes can be made in this category. And it's always a fun It's one of my favorites to commentate because you just see, we talked about Hundo has, your two main different routes. We talk about 80% all the time with the two main different routes. But here, there's a lot of lots of different routes we can do in RBO, and it'll be interesting to see what each one of these guys does.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say if chat wants to throw any points my way for calling it, Aussie maybe grinding the RBO this week, trying to pull one over on Zoast. I'm cool with taking a couple points off you.
Yeah, and actually, this is probably one of the most fascinating parts about the multi-category tournament. Is you have to wonder, and I may have to ask both these guys, but in particular Aussie, how much grinding that these various competitors are doing offline, so their opponent doesn't know what they're working on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, because I definitely, and we talked about it, the Hundo was a little long, so we talked about it during that race. That I feel like this is a great curveball to throw, especially after that long, opening Hundo match. Maybe Zos takes a death. You never know. RBO, it's a tough category. So, yeah, I like this play from Aussie. I feel like this play is very smart as well, because like you were saying, you got to pick a volatile category. So I mean, as far as him, like, he's not coming into this series with Zoast thinking he's going to lose. He thinks he can win this RBO, and I think so too. So
definitely has,
like
definitely has as good a shot at winning this as he does any. Probably did put in the practice, probably did it offline. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. If someone's not watching, people in chat, send them over here. Get these people watching. This is about to be a great match, and we're gonna see Zoast. We're gonna see if Zoast still has the RBO magic, or if Aussie can take this game off him.
Yeah, and this is really cool for me because the very first speedrun, and I've told Zoast this, and I've told other people this. The very first speedrun I ever watched was a YouTube video. And it was probably old when I watched it. I watched it in 2017 of Zoast doing RBO, and it just absolutely blew my mind. Not just the RBO stuff, but Super Metroid stress in general. I had no idea that you could do those things with this game.
Yeah, I mean, an RBO run is pretty mind blowing in general. Like that you can do the bosses completely opposite of the intended way is pretty surprising for this game with so many things that are gating that lower Norfair. So yeah, I mean I don't think RBO was the first one I saw, but the first time I saw an RBO, my mind was blown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't even form words about it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it is going to start out similar to every other category. Only Zenny does the crazy strat to get the E-Tank early. I don't think we'll see either one of these guys go for that, but maybe Aussie will fool us.
Yeah, that wall jump. That's something.
No, Aussie's gonna go straight up, just leave. Okay, no surprise. Yeah. But if any one of these two is going to go for that, would have been Aussie. I do not see Zoast going after that E-Tank.
No, and he probably feels that he doesn't need it, but I don't know. I don't know how Zoast runs RBO. I guess we're about to find out. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how hard. Oh, Zoast going back down.
Zoast is going to go get the E-Tank, but he's going to go the kind of randomizer way where he's going to deboost off the enemies. The enemies will be there now that he's killed the space pirates in that room, in the pit room. So already throwing us a curveball.
Yeah, and if Aussie can do it, I mean, skipping that tank is faster. But
Yep.
with all things with RBO, I mean, this beginning part, like you were saying, is so variable. Maybe there's another one he's going to pick up that's slower. So
Yeah, he
I don't
might
know.
come back and get this E-Tank later. That's not uncommon. The nice thing about picking it up now is that you have it for the upper Norfair Hell runs. Osse might say, nope, not going to get it for the upper Norfair Hell runs, but might want it for the lower Norfair Hell runs.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is so I mean, RBO is sort of, I mean, we just watched that Hundo with a lot of item collection. RBO, the beginning, is again a lot of item collection.
Yep.
So it's pretty heavy movement based at the beginning, but then it gets crazy. So I like it, and Osse already putting in another great Bomb Chorizo fight, and very quickly out. I almost feel like, I don't know, just in his movement, I feel like I see a little bit more of a crispness. Like he wants this round. And like even just there, Zoast bouncing off one of the enemies there, heading up. Maybe a little fatigue setting in. I don't know.
So it's going to do his Bomb Chorizo fight.
Ooh, that was
And
fast.
yeah, very nice fight.
Having that extra pack of missiles too, not having to rely as much on the drops, so just powering through that fight.
Yeah, I'm going to grab this reserve tank here.
Yeah, you want all you can get with energy and reserves and everything. So, or everything you can stand to take down to lower North
Yeah.
Fair.
It is a balance between how far out of the way, how much time it's going to be, and how much safety does it add for a lot of the items. You'll see some runners will go into Meridia, grab an extra E-Tank or two, grab an extra super pack or two. Because it's not just about the E-Tanks, it's also about the ammo for the crystal flashes that they have to do throughout the run.
Yeah, because each one of those crystal flashes, it takes 10 supers away, which are, like you were saying last, during the hundo, there's only 50 in the whole game, and you're probably only going to collect maybe 30 of them, maybe 35. So every crystal flash takes 10 off of that ammo,
Yep.
takes 10 off the power bombs, again, only 50. And they might have 20, 25. I'm not exactly sure what they'll run. And then, or I'm sorry, actually, every crystal flash takes 11 power bombs.
Yes.
Mistaking, and then 10 missiles. The missiles aren't going to be probably as big a problem, but the 10 supers and 10 power bombs can really, eat into your ammo.
Yeah, and actually, the interesting part about the regular missiles is what most runners will do, one of their super packs will come from fighting GT, and if you have too many missiles for the GT fight, it makes that fight a lot more difficult. You need to stay below 32 missiles in that fight, or GT does that extra animation attack where he shoots those little banana beams out, which is very annoying and makes it much tougher to do the fight because you can't farm anything off of those. And so if you're going with a higher number of missiles, you have to constantly fire off those missiles just so you don't have that animation in that part of the fight happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Osse going to get early alpha power bombs. It's not an uncommon strat for RBO.
And getting that hero shot first try again. Showing the consistency. Doing a little farm there. Looks like he's trying to get some energy in the reserves.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Very nice. It's a good spot for it. There's a lot of enemies that drop health in that room, so it's not a bad farm spot. So, for if people are newer to RBO, what are the minimum like tanks that they have to get?
I believe you. I think the lowest. I want to say 6 going into Lower North, or it might be 7 going into Lower North. I'd have to go back, but in a race situation, you're probably gonna get more like 7 or 8. You'll pick up the Firefleet E-Tank while you're in Lower Norfolk. You'll pick up the Ridley E-Tank after you kill Ridley.
Yeah, and those are sort of what make it possible. Is that there's two very conveniently placed E-Tanks right after very energy draining sections of the game. So the crystal flashes make it possible as well, but those E-Tanks really help out.
Yeah. And there's always the argument of, was this intended to be possible? I'm not actually convinced the entire reverse boss order was intended. I am convinced that going into Lower Norfair the way we do was intended. Screw Attack maybe wasn't intended to get picked up because of the green gate glitch that they'll have to do, but everything else is spaced out pretty well. There is enough ammo that you can collect in order to do the run. And the fact that the rooms are even heated in Lower Norfair says that they really wanted to make sure that you had a reason to pick up that Varia suit. Because if it wasn't possible to do, if they weren't thinking that it was going to be possible to get down there without a Varia suit, why make the rooms heated? Because it wouldn't make a difference. So
Yeah, definitely. It's a curiosity to think about that you can even make this work.
Yep. Now, the Meridia part, on the other hand, I'm a little more skeptical about, because the ways we have to deal with getting out of the Dragon room in particular involve some minor glitches that they may or may not have foreseen. The point up through Batwoon, on the other hand, definitely can be done without any kind of glitches. Even except maybe, go through Mount Everest without you can just use grapple beam cross. So really, you can get all the way to Batwoon without doing any kind of major glitches, because even the grapple jump that you do in the aqueduct area, you could just do a snail climb instead and still be able to get through without any kind of even minor glitches. So, it's definitely definitely. But I question the Dragon escape being on purpose, because there's definitely some shenanigans going on there. I mean, they're minor glitches, but they are still glitches.
But so you're saying you think the ice clip and Batwoon is intended then?
Maybe not the ice clip, but everything up to that point.
Okay.
Everything up to that point could be done without major glitches. You can get across Mount Everest with just a grapple beam. You can get up the Coliseum area with a snail climb. So.
Because I think that's why they put that room in. They intend to block you with that pre-Batwoon room. So I agree with you. That part of Meridia after that feels not intended. But of course, this is RBO, so we're not doing anything as intended.
Nope.
And we're already seeing some hell runs. Those being the heated rooms like Zoast is in now, that Osse just ran through. They take continuous heat damage the whole time they're in those rooms, and with those rooms, and it is a lot. Right here, Osse's going to have to farm, and you see the health not filling up all too quickly.
Yeah, and you'll notice that they did kind of even out, because Zoast did not pick up the early power bombs that Osse did, but Zoast did pick up that extra E-Tank.
Yeah, so they are very close together, and Osse is playing this. Like you were saying, taking just 2 tanks into the hell runs. That is not a safe. I mean, most of the top runners can do it with 2 tanks, but it is not necessarily safe. So Osse is going all out here.
Yeah, 2+1 reserve is the minimum that you can do these hell runs with, unless you get some really lucky drops. I have seen there is a clip out there somewhere in internet land of Behemoth doing a 2-tank, no reserve tank run through the cathedral area. We did get some very lucky drops to be able to get through that, so that's definitely not something that would be guaranteed.
Yeah, and this room here, Zoast going into, is a lot more difficult, because if you do miss one of those platforms, as many people do, you can very easily lose a lot of health trying to jump back up. Zoast, of course, getting it going through there very nicely on the way through. Aussie did make it back to the farm and is filling back up.
So it's grabbing that wave beam and he'll make his way out. Yeah. So that extra E-tank is actually really paying off well for him. Just the easier farms, not having to refill the reserve tank as much. I think it's a really good decision for him to go ahead and take that E-tank.
Yeah, the reserve tank is a little hard to fill in RBO just because you have continuous heat damage. So when you get to 99 and then go to pick up another health drop, your energy is already ticked down from 99. So it's kind of like a cycle of not being able to completely fill up the reserve tank as quickly as you normally would. Okay. That was a terrible description, I feel like. Sorry.
You're fine. Zoast leaving now. He's going to probably come back and do Croc later. Pre-opening the ice beam door is not going to pick up that ice beam now. You'd pick up that ice beam if you're going to do an extra early trip into Meridia. I would early trip into Meridia for Zoast would really surprise me. So he'll get that ice beam later.
Yeah, and Aussie getting out of that wave hell run with still 99 in the tank. That feels very practiced. A lot of times I see people leaving those wave hell runs with just by the skin of their teeth, I would call it, maybe 30 or 40 energy. So those hell runs from Aussie were well practiced.
Yeah, and Aussie also going to do a late Croc, it looks like, because he looks like he'll be leaving Lower Norfair as well.
Yeah, and there's no hesitation on that either. This run is very put together so far from Aussie, and hopefully it continues to go well for him so we can get that juicy game 3. But he does still have to take a game off Zoast, which I don't even know if anyone in the tournament has actually done.
Nope.
I don't think
it has not. No, he is he is still undefeated. I mean, somebody had to go 6-0 in the tournament, and it really wasn't a surprise that it was Zoast.
Well, I mean, because in the Swiss round, never mind.
that was just best of 1.
Yeah. No one has taken a game off of him yet, and he is trying to go for that perfect record. So we shall see. Ooh, Aussie missing the speed ball though. Come on, Aussie. Minus 10 points though.
It looks like he's going to start his Brinstar cleanup by going over. Let's see if he goes to Big Pink or if he goes to Blue Bryn.
Oh, he's trying to do a kind of a weird farm there on the way up Green Hills, but I don't think it really worked out for him.
Okay, so he is going to go ahead and go do some cleanup in Big Pink. Going to go ahead and get this E-tank at the waterway. I do like this E-tank. I talk about this all the time. The platform that he's going to have to run to charge up his Shine Spark is the exact length you would need to charge up a Shine Spark without doing any kind of short charges. So any one of you that maybe needs to practice short charging or hasn't quite learned to do it, that's a really good place to do it, because if you've done it, you will have extra room if you do it right. So meanwhile, let's see, where's he going? Looks like he's headed towards maybe Criteria Supers.
Yep. He is stopping a little short with his Moonfall.
Yep, and you notice the way he stopped by getting hit by that spacebar. The advantage there, if you fall all the way down, you're going to clip right through that platform, and then it becomes a little bit harder because it messes up the screen a little bit when you do those full-on Moonfalls. Does grab those supers. Aussie going to go and get the backdoor Spore Spawn missiles, because no one wants to actually see Spore Spawn.
Not in this race.
Nope. I'll save that for all bosses.
Yeah. This route is very interesting, or this route divergence, let's say, is very interesting with Zoast Heading over to do some Brinstar cleanup now, it looks like, but Aussie doing it a little earlier. I don't know. I don't know which
Yeah,
is
I
going
think
to
it's
end
just
up being
yeah.
faster.
I don't
But
know. Well, because Asi picked up the early power bombs, so it makes a little more sense for him to go loop around the way he is. Zoast having already picked up the blue Bryn E-tank. Those are the two minor divergences we had at the beginning. I think it makes a little more sense for him to go this way.
yeah. So just not sure if Aussie's gaining any time here or losing it, but it's certainly good to have them mix it up a little bit here. Oh, this is the door open. That was weird. Looked like the shot was good.
Zo's gonna go pick up the Edikun's E-tank. Probably also gonna pick up the super missile. Maybe picks up the power bomb, but maybe not.
Yeah, the Edikun's is a nice area. It's got one of everything you need. So I would probably, and yeah, Aussie heading there right now as well. For an RBO run, a lot of times pick up all three and use them all at the end of the day.
Get a little bit of a high five going through the energy tank room here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Aussie kind of jumping over Zoast though.
Yeah, not gonna pick up the power bombs. There's other power bombs to pick up. We'll see if Aussie decides to pick up those power bombs.
Yeah, he's heading down.
Yeah, Zos picked up the beta power bombs over at Red Tower. Aussie did not, so that might be this might be the substitute power bomb for that one.
Yeah, they're probably similar. I mean, that's a tall wall jump room, but they're probably similar in speed there. That beta power bomb room can be a little weird.
Zos gets another shot at Mission Impossible. See if he can go 2 for 2. And he does.
Gets it again. So Zo's not letting up on the gas.
No, not at all.
Dare say maybe even feeling the pressure a little bit here.
He knows that Aussie's a good runner. He's not gonna relax at all. And he's, like I said, just by watching watching what his stream titles are in general, I know he's taking this tournament very seriously, putting in the practice, not just saying, well, I'm just going to work on my any % world record, try to beat that. No, I'm going to work really hard, not just at that, but at all these other categories that might come up in the multi-category tournament. So it's Kojakting the first super missile to get but that's okay. He fires the next one in the right spot. There's actually several different spots you can set up to shoot that super. You've gotten it when the entire screen shakes, and then you've shot the block and you can go through.
Yeah. And I actually like a good Kojak, so I'll give him a plus 10 points on that. Aussie also doing that Criteria super missile and now heading back down. Oh, charging up a spark.
See if yeah.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
I was just going to shine spark. There is a fun strat you could do where you actually get the old Mother Brain missiles using that charge, but that's not what he was doing. Zo's going to pick up his waterway energy tank. You see how little space he needed to do the short charge there. That's pretty amazing. Like not even, I don't think that was even a quarter of that run. Or like I said, that whole platform there above there is exactly the length of doing a short charge shine spark, and Zo's does it less than a quarter of it. So just shows how good he is at that.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Aussie collecting that E-tank and Blue Bryn now as he does the cleanup with Zoast back in pink, where Aussie's already been. So a little back and forth, a little do-si-do. And Zoast heading down Green Hills now. Aussie looks like very shortly behind him.
Yeah, so I'm going to guess that they're each going to, well, Zoast in particular, but probably Osse as well, going to pick up one more E-Tank. Oh, a nice speed keep to get the side hoppers there from Osse.
Yeah, very well played.
They'll be able to get the E-Tank over at Crocomire. That'll give them both 7. They could choose to pick up the extra reserve tank in Norfair. I don't know that I see either one of them doing that. At this point, the other E-Tank they could have chosen to pick up, they could have chosen to pick up the Gauntlet E-Tank. I believe anything else they'd want to pick up would have been in Meridia. And Zo's clearly not doing. Yeah, the fact that neither one of them picked up the Ice Beam says they weren't going to go ahead. They weren't going to dip into Meridia until the time comes to actually go there and beat Dragon.
Yeah, people dip for the Mama Turtle tank. Is that correct?
Yeah. So there's 4 things you can get. Like I said, there are 2 super missile packs, and those are probably more valuable than either of the E-Tanks. You can also get the Mama Turtle E-Tank. You can also get the Botwoon E-Tank. And like I said, if you're cross product, you can get Elevator Flash Shoot and get and get the Aqueduct Supers.
Yeah, but then there's Crab Supers, like you were saying.
Crab Supers and Watering Hole. Those supers are pretty good. And a lot of runners will actually, if you're going to commit to getting Meridia supers, some runners that do that will do that instead of getting the GT supers.
And look at this high 5 from Osse and Zoast.
Yeah.
And that is a very tight one. I mean, they are not that far separated.
No, they really aren't.
And so Osse is hot on Zoast tails in this race. It is really heating up. And that is a bad pun because we are heading lower into Norfair.
Oh, and Zoast doing a speedball down. That is just swag and really cool there.
All right, Zoast. I suppose you deserve 1,000 points for that.
I'll get behind that.
Zoast having to do Croc the, I guess, vanilla-ish way here with Shark Beam.
I mean, technically, you wouldn't. If you're doing this you wouldn't have Ice Beam probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So very quick fight from Zoast. Osse looking good so far. Getting some nice knockback with his ammo.
Zoast going for the wraparound shot so he can just shine spark through the door.
Wow, and a very good fight from Osse too. And Croc is down for him too. Blink and you miss it. 2 Croc fights. 30 seconds? I don't know. We got ourselves a race here. Oh, Zoast.
The shine spark all the way across to get these power bombs.
Oh, that's a good spark. And gonna pick up the grapple beam for later shenanigans in Meridia.
You'll
probably have to do a couple of grapple jumps and.
Yeah, you need the grapple beam for Meridia. You don't strictly need it for Meridia, but you really, really want to have it because the strats without it are just dumb. Then also the other reason you want to get it now is so you can use it as the what we like to call the farm beam. Right before Ridley, because another thing that's pretty dumb is trying to farm in that area without the grapple beam.
Yeah, true. I forget that farm is annoying. So yeah, the grapple beam makes it probably possible. I don't know if it's possible without grapple beam, but it seems.
Oh, I mean, it's doable. You can definitely do it without the grapple beam, but it's definitely slower and less optimal. You're gonna kill Croc. If you're gonna kill Croc, get the E-Tank, get the power bomb. You might as well just get the grapple beam. I mean, you need the grapple beam for Meridia. Otherwise, it's really bad and slow, and getting through Everest is just having to deal climbing ice crabs and stuff. No one wants to do that.
Yeah, and Zo's taking a farm right here before heading out. That's a great spot. There's a lot of red bugs that give you some goodies.
And our first safety save, I think. Unless I
Wow.
missed one earlier.
No, I think that is the first one, and it comes from Zoast. Feeling the pressure, maybe. I mean, probably not, but I like to think so.
Well, it's a good place to take it. I mean, a lot of things can go wrong between here and the next save point at Lava Dive, not to mention the save point at Ridley.
Yeah, I mean, we are coming up to the meat of the RBO matter here, and a lot of things can definitely go wrong when you're taking that heat damage, and you got to stay cool under that pressure.
So you notice Zoast getting a very tight short charge there. It's a stutter, maybe 2 or 3 there. Into the energy refill, takes off his speed booster to make this bounce ball setup easier. Looks like Osse managed to... Osse shine sparking across the first part into the refill. He'll go across with the grapple beam. So it's into his lava dive, gets it first try.
Yeah, and Osse did take off the speed booster again as well.
Yeah, for the same reason. That bounce ball setup into the lava dive, you need to have that speed booster off to do it.
Yeah, and yeah, Zoast's first try on that lava dive. I mean, I'd expect nothing less, but I'll give you a point.
And Zoast's going to do a crystal flash at the bottom of the elevator. You are taking damage as the elevator goes down. The reserve tanks will kick in when you get down there, and then you'll want to do that crystal flash. Osse into his lava dive. First try, no problem.
Very nice. Yep. Yeah, Osse, no slouch here.
So it's going to lay this power bomb so he can farm some of these supers. These rippers have nearly 100% of dropping super missiles.
Yeah, we are into the... they're going to be taking continuous heat damage through, I think, pretty much all of these rooms down here. I think maybe there's one that's not, but...
The save rooms, the energy refill room, and the Fireflies area are the only places at this point that do not do heat damage. Zoast's going to pick up that screw attack and make the GT fight easier. This won't be the GT fight that we saw on the last run, because no plasma beam. It's a very different fight.
Yeah, so they are going to have to very carefully manage this health, make sure they are prepared to do their crystal flashes when the time comes, make sure they have the ammo. You got to be careful of those supers and power bombs. You see Osse doing an extra farm there to make sure he's all full up for the GT fight. And that is, if you don't have it, you got to farm it. So he's being extra careful there. I like it.
And
as
Zoast.
Oh, good.
So he's going to go ahead and fire these supers, and then once he's out, if GT's not done yet, he's going to switch over to the grapple beam and use it to farm these little eggs. We talked about this earlier. The reason why you want to be lower on regular missiles is this is the only attack you're going to get from GT if you have under 32 missiles, and you'll be able to farm up using that grapple beam to get the supers that you need, and you don't have to worry about the other attack.
Man,
that's why typically in RBO you're not going to see the huge number of missile pickups that you might otherwise see.
Yeah, and I think Zoast took an unintentional hit from a super. I don't know if it's going to matter, but he is doing a good long farm here to get back up into the 20s.
Yeah, so both of these guys are going to do 25 super missile runs.
And as you can see, Osse in the same fight as Zoast at the same time. I mean, it was only for a couple of seconds, but that's a place I'd like to be. Unfortunately, Osse is super low on health. Popping the reserves automatically. He needs these drops like 10 minutes ago. Gets health bombed, but he does not have the power bombs to crystal flash, so he needs to hit this station.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, this is not a great situation for Osse. I don't know that he took a save at any point. Because he's gonna have, because he doesn't. Yeah, the reserve was already popped, and that's never a good sign. And so he's gonna have a hard time getting through. But
the hardest part right now for him is the ammo. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
He needs to get those power bombs up. pronto. He can get supers no problem in the Ripper room, but he needs power bombs
Yeah.
before his next Crystal Flash.
Yeah, he might need to farm the Violas in the next room a little bit, which is unfortunate because he would need to do it 3 times for his loadout to get to Crystal Flash ammo.
And that whole time he's going to be taking heat damage,
Yep.
so kind of making the problem worse there. And this is the kind of volatility that you get in this category. And you hope it's happening to the other guy, but unfortunately for Osse, it's happening to him. So we'll see how he handles it. And right now, he's taking a very measured approach. He's not, he's doing what he needs to do. He farmed the supers. He got more energy. And probably, like you said, now going to farm those power bombs on the way out.
Yeah, not exactly ideal because he's going to be taking damage the entire time as he goes through this. So we'll see. Like where Zoast has now gotten to the point where he's going to farm these extra power bombs in the Firefly room, and the Fireflies pretty much are going to give up those power bombs.
Osse's
just going to go for it. I mean, he should have enough, but he cannot make a mistake here.
Yeah. Oh, he misses a wall jump.
Okay, he does have that screw attack. Now, this is why you pick up that screw attack. This is going to be really tight.
Yeah, this could be his season right here. If he has perfect movement, I think he has enough.
Can't get hit.
Oh,
okay, he's gonna make it.
All right, so he's gonna get this E-Tank and Firefly, and probably farm the bugs here for some power bombs, and he should be back on track. He might do an extra farm for power bombs, I don't know, but yeah, he's all right. So we still got ourselves a race here. See some calculated in the chat. If that was calculated, then maybe you need a new calculator.
Yeah. So meanwhile, in the Metal Pirates room, going to do the Shine Spark strats there.
Yeah, without Plasma Beam in this version of Lower Norfair. Usually a little faster to do that.
Okay, Osse, there we go. There we got the safety save from Osse. I did not see if Zoast took that save or not. I assume he did. If you're going to take a safety save, that's the one to take.
Yeah, that's the usual pre-Ridley safety save, because the Ridley fight here is tough.
Yeah, I don't care how good you are at Ridley. This is a very difficult fight.
Yeah, don't even really know how to describe it. I mean, it's your energy is continuously ticking down while doing a low ammo, low beam combo version of Ridley, where Ridley is trying to murder you. I don't know. It's awful.
No plasma beam to help you out, so you're gonna have to, it's one of the reasons to get the extra supers. We talked about it in terms of the crystal flashes, but if you get the 35 supers, the max number that most people can get, then you're only farming up 5 supers to get back to your max total after this crystal flash. You see Zoast doing that farming right now, trying to get himself up to 25 super missiles, so he only has to supplement 1/6 of the ammo of those super missiles. You might have already noticed he turned off the ice in the phaser because he's going to start off with some X factors to do this fight.
Yep, and Zoast actually going 25-20. Still plenty of ammo to finish off Ridley, I believe. 5 times 3 being 15. So, plus he's starting with those X factors, and looks like he did. Did he miss some on the first, but nailed that second?
No, I think he got them all. Or at least if they didn't hit Ridley, they didn't stop him from being able to shoot further.
Okay, so yeah, having a great start to the fight and manipulating that pogo like a pro, and Ridley's dead.
Oh, that was textbook. You can't get much better than that for the RBO Ridley fight.
Yeah, I think that might be the most energy I've ever seen anyone have an RBO fight with live.
Well, especially without the Meridia dip. That was really nice.
Yeah, that's why with the number of tanks they're running here, that was really an amazing fight from Zoast.
But
10,000 points.
we're
but
not done yet though. He still needs to get out of here.
That is true, and Aussie is still right behind him. I mean, not having as great a fight, not getting the second pogo here, and having to use beam combo.
This is not going to work. He's taken a little too much damage already. He's going to have to. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's a difficult fight, you know.
Yeah. So not getting what he was hoping for here, which would be probably a Zoast death to Ridley, instead falling to Ridley himself. And now it is getting a little out of hand for him. I mean, Zoast is not out, but he has proven that these lower Norfair heated rooms are no match for him.
He's going to do a little bit of extra farming here. Kills one of the ninja pirates. His ammo looks really good to do the one more crystal flash that he's going to need to do.
Yeah, that has been a huge difference, I think, with Aussie trying to beat Zoast in this race. Zoast just kind of chilled out at that Golden Chorizo fight and farmed up to like full supers before finishing him off, and he's had great super counts ever since.
Yeah, Aussie's Golden GT fight was a lot closer, a lot scarier.
Yeah.
Had to use up a reserve tank in that fight. That's never a good thing.
I guess Zoe's taking another safety save, though, so not taking any chances. Nope. He wants that undefeated record.
And the rare Key Hunter powerbomb drop there. You don't see that very often. But, you know, the toughest part of the run may be the lower Norfair part, but there are still a few things going on in Meridia that we'll talk about when we get there that I don't tend to call it a run until once you get through Meridia, then you can start saying, okay, because then the back end of this run is I'm not going to call it easy, because really nothing in Super Metroid is easy, but compared to the front part of the run, it is somewhat easier.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of tanks they have, I mean, once you get out of the Meridia issues later, it is definitely less chance for death, let's say. You definitely still lose some time, but you're very unlikely to die.
Yeah,
which, you know, it is weird that probably the Aussie was wishing that on Zoast, but in any case, he is pretty much out. I mean, he's got a little bit of a hell run left to go, but he's out of lower Norfair, and so Zoast is in firm command of this game too.
Yep. Aussie, meanwhile, farming up. He's not going to give up here. No reason why he should. Going to go back into his second shot at the Ridley fight.
Yep, and his ammo looks good. He's got a good X Factor to start. Going for the second X Factor and nailing it this time. Looking good. And good on the pogo. Pumping the supers. This looks a little bit better. He's still short on energy. Did he not fill up to full?
Yeah, he does look short on energy. Maybe didn't quite get as high up as he might have wanted.
Yeah. And now getting a lot of swoops and tails.
I feel like he missed some super shots in the fight as well.
Oh, jeez.
This is rough. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, he shot his shot with his RBO, and, you know, he had to. I mean, I feel like it was the right call. I mean, you know, sometimes it happens like this, though. RBO is this kind of category, and that's why he picked it. He picked it because at any moment you could take a death.
Yep.
So, you know, I'm glad that he's looking like he's going to take another shot at Ridley. Little sad, though, that looks like we are not going to get that game 3 as far as this part is looking. Not with Zoast taking safety saves, at least.
As Chaba was saying in chat, though, not until Zoast gets to Meridia, I'm not going to call this by any chance, any stretch. So
yeah, I mean, Meridia is tough. I certainly agree with you on that. I feel like it is very movement based.
yeah.
Where Zoast excels.
Yeah, the first
So,
part of this, this is probably my favorite part of the run is the Suitless Meridia climb up here. It's just really slow and cozy and just very measured. I just really think this is beautiful. And Zoe's doing a very nice job with it.
and even having to do a backup when that crab kind of wasn't cooperating and getting it very quickly. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think this is Zoast's first time in a Suitless Meridia for sure. And yeah, I mean, some of the Dragon stuff is definitely tricky, but
so it's missing the grapple shot there, but gets the backup.
Yeah. Oh, he
misses another one.
Okay, maybe I can curse him into a game 3. Does Osse only have 25 super missiles? I thought he picked up another pack.
No, the others, for him to have more than 25, he would have had to go into Meridia.
Oh, that's right. Not bad.
So he's got the maximum amount he can have without doing Meridia. And of course, you can't go to the wreck ship because, well, to get those super missiles, you have to kill Fantoon, and then suddenly you're not reverse boss ordering anymore.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to see, I'm going to guess, our grapple jump. Well, I guess Zoast already kind of did a grapple jump in the other room. But here's the...
This one is the one you have to do. He ended up doing the ones in the Mount Everest area because he missed some of the grapple shots. Ideally, you don't have to do any grapple jumping there. Here, you pretty much have to do it or do a snail climb. And the grapple jump's much faster and probably easier as well.
Yep, very much. And here he's going to go for that ice clip as Osse goes for another round with Ridley. Oh, misses the X Factor to open. Not good.
Yeah, you can't.
Doesn't get the turnaround, takes the tail.
Yeah, this is Osse. Missing that X Factor really hurts because you can't fire anything while that X Factor is going. Yeah,
that just snowballed really very
and a beautiful one round there on bot wound from Zoast just using ammo.
Yep, I feel like it's about time to what's that? The All Hail the King.
We're gonna get one last E-tank here. I mean, you could skip it. It's a pain to skip this E-tank, so no reason to skip it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pain to skip that E-tank when you're not doing suitless, but when you are doing suitless, it's really bad.
Yep. And Osse is gonna go for it again. I mean, I like the dedication here.
Yep.
I think he's gonna get it this try.
Also, shout outs to Zoast getting those mid-air morphs without turning off high jump boots. A lot of runners will turn off the high jump boots to get through that room. It's a very, very difficult to get those mid-air morphs with the high jump boots on. And Zoast did it like no problem. Now this room is deceptively dangerous that he's going through right now. The Coliseum. Because in that sand, if you happen to fall in, are spikes, and it's very difficult to get out of that sand if you fall in. So that's the biggest thing that could happen here. Zoast gets through, no problem. Is going to take a save here.
Yeah, he's taking all the safety saves now. He usually has the stream open, so he knows where he is and that he doesn't need to chance anything crazy going on in this fight. So
yeah, there's a lot that can. The Dragon fight is a very technical fight. There's a lot that can go wrong.
It looks like he's setting up for.
Yep.
Yeah, he's setting
so we
up
have
for
that one last crystal flash that we're gonna do in order to kill Dragon.
Oh, that's right. That's the only way. Never mind.
Well, it's the only way he needs the crystal flash to get out. The other option, had he wanted to go get X-ray scope, he could do grapple jump out and X-ray climb out.
That's what I was
That's
thinking
slower
would be an
though.
option.
It's slower not only because you have to pick up the X-ray scope, but it's also slower because it's just slower.
Yeah, X-ray climbing is very slow. So, yeah, well, he's gonna do Crystal Flash while Dragon goops him, and then it interrupts the animation, and he has that blue suit stored. Yeah, sorry, and there it is. Looks successful. So he gets all the health refill, and the blue suit will need to get out later, and now just needs to finish the fight.
Going for the quick grapple kill.
And
Gets it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually
Very
pretty
nice.
big because if Dragon carries you up for too long and hits you with that tail enough times, you can still die to a combination of the tail hits plus the if you when you drain that energy using the grapple strats, it goes very fast when you don't have either suit.
Yeah, that's definitely with no suits. Dragon does a ton of damage, so you do still have to be careful, even with as many E tanks as they have. I mean, I think each hit takes like more than a tank off, or is it just a tank? I don't even remember.
I don't know what the numbers are, but
Yeah.
we have no. You're supposed to have your full on gravity plus various suit. Here we have neither, so
Oh,
it's much worse.
just
Zoast,
a casual first try.
yeah, no problem with
jump.
getting that grapple jump. It's going to use that spark suit and go ahead and get out of here, and that now is probably the hardest part. Now he just needs to get across here. Almost done with the Meridia section.
And that is also probably the last real part where anything could kind of go wrong for him at this point. He just has to finish off Fantoon, and does have to remember to also finish off Kraid.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Farrell and that famous clip of Farrell getting to G4 at the end of an RBO run and realizing, oh wait, I have to kill Kraid.
So we'll see a Kraid fight where likely Kraid will be quick killed, and then you'll just run off to the left, not even bother with the various suit.
And even with all the stuff he's going to have, good to see the regular quick kill. It really isn't a faster way to do it.
Osse gonna have to take another try at Ridley here. Looks like I was not correct about his last attempt.
No reason for him to stop trying for this as long as he sees that Zoast hasn't finished yet. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is the playoffs. You got to go until the bell rings, pretty much. So definitely got to keep going here. But really unfortunate. I was really hoping that he was going to nail this and make this quite the race, quite the game too. Seems like that pirate kind of got away from Zoast. Not sure what he was doing.
Those pirates in the middle do like to run away and go to the other wall when you're trying to kill them. They're very annoying in that way.
Just taking the vanilla plasma to them now, and gets out of that room now. And I don't know that we mentioned it this race, so just while... Oh, wait, Osse's heading mid. Never mind. All right, so Osse taking another round at Ridley. All right. X Factor looks good. Second one looks good, too. This looks a lot better.
It does.
Well, it doesn't take full advantage of that pogo, though. And now we have swoops. Okay. Well, that should be good.
I think we got it. Meanwhile, Zoast going through the Forgotten Highway.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is going to be really close.
Oh!
Okay, now just go get that E-tank and
Wow.
we're good. He is going to have to do some farming to get out of here, though, because he has no supers and no power bombs. And he's going to want to do at least one more crystal splash, so he's going to need to farm those up a little bit. But he did the Ridley fight. If he just manages his ammo here, he should be okay to get out.
That was... I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw single digits on his energy counter.
I'm pretty certain we
That
saw
was
single digits on
close.
his energy counter, too.
Wow. All right, but good on him. Aussie finishing off Ridley. And yeah, I mean, he is definitely not out of the woods with his ammo, but I think he can handle it.
Yeah, and one option he has is he could pick up these so-called power bombs of shame. Here, I would not call it shameful for him to pick those up. Then he would have the power bombs he needs to crystal flash. He does need to get a few more supers. You can get those in this next room if he wants.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna farm in this room. Okay, and he's even gonna be careful and go back and farm the power bombs. So that's good.
Yeah, this would be instead of picking up the power bombs of shame. This works as well because he's gonna want to have 2 more power bombs. He can pick those up by those vials over there on his left. Meanwhile, Zoast into the Fantoon fight. Doesn't have the full-on microwave, but is able to use the plasma beam shot. And if he does this right and does I think if he does the 4 missile Dopplers on each round and then does a plasma shot, he should be able to get a 2-round pretty easily. On the other hand, he gets 2 rounds pretty easily just by doing regular Dopplers. So.
I was thinking exactly that. Basically, there's another way that Zoast can 2-round Fantoon. Pretty much the only way he can't 2-round Fantoon is when it's GT Classic and he's 1-rounding.
Okay, Zoast finishing up Fantoon, not going to pick up Gravity Suit because that's long and slow. You will occasionally see runners pick up Various Suit because just, a couple of door transitions and the item pickup. I don't think we'll see Zoast do that, but it's certainly an option. But definitely not going to pick up Gravity because that's go all the way up, do bowling. No, we're not going to see that. He's just going to leave.
Considering Zoast turned off Various Suit after about 20 minutes of the last race,
yeah, but to be fair,
that pickup's gonna happen.
to be fair, he turned it off with Gravity Suit on.
Yes, that is.
So it's a slightly different circumstance, but no, I don't expect to see him picking up that Various Suit.
And at this point, maybe we should be checking what the fastest RBO time in the tournament is. Apparently. See if I still have that spreadsheet up. What colors are RBO? Kip,
Zoast is coming from you for you.
Throwing down a 1:14.26.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and with Zoast heading down to Crate right now. I don't know.
I don't know if he's gonna get that. I think Kip might still have this one at the end. That's interesting.
Actually, interestingly, the last RBO Zoast ran was a 1:18.20, slower than Kip's 1:14. So
yeah, Kip, if you manage to get through Cutie this week, you know what you should be choosing.
All right. So blowing through that wall. Wish I could do it that way. So wasteful. Looks awesome. Who needed super missiles anyways?
Okay, Osse out of Lower North Fair.
Yeah, having the appropriate
good to continue
health
on.
Well. Decides to pop the reserves and still have the appropriate health.
Yeah, he's gonna farm up a little bit here.
Yeah, another good spot. Probably getting a little tired of these heated farms, though. And here goes Zoast, round 2.
Very nice quick kill again.
Yep. And doing the fake out on picking up Varia.
Yeah. No surprise he doesn't pick it up.
Nah, just going for the drops. But there we go. So Zoast has beaten Ridley first. handled Dragon second, Fantoon third, and Kraid last. And now just heading to Mother Brain to beat the game and claim his victory.
Yeah, at this point, the only thing that could trip him up is the stand-up glitch. Shouldn't have a problem. It's actually a little bit easier when you have no suits to do the stand-up glitch than it is when you have, both suits and have to turn one of them off.
And I mean, I'm sure he knows that he has such a lead. Might not even bother going for it. You never know, but I mean.
Well, he had a lead in the hundo and he went for it, so we'll see. We'll see what he chooses to do here.
Yeah, that one was a lot closer, though. I mean, that was honestly surprisingly close as far as the hundo goes. Osse doing that nice boost into Meridia from breaking the tube. Particularly like that one.
Yeah, it's a really nice time save if you can get that. There are several backup strats if you don't, but it's nice not to have to use them.
Yeah.
And so it's choosing to go back to Turian by going through the Green Brinstar and Big Pink Ray. Supposedly, according to Zenny, it's a little bit more optimal to go up Red Tower, but of course, the time difference is pretty small. And as always, optimal is what you want to make of it. If this is easier, you might as well just go this way, especially in a race setting instead of a PB situation, a PB attempt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he doesn't want to take this 114 off a Kip after all. I'm kidding.
Still has a shot.
No, I know for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna hit Turian at about 102. So, no. I actually overestimated how long it was going to take him to get over here. So yeah, he still has he's got a really good shot at taking this.
Yeah, definitely.
That said, if we do get a Kip Zoast semifinal next week, this would be a really interesting category to watch them go at it against each other.
Yeah, I mean, would Kip pick an RBO against Zoast? I mean,
he might.
Yeah, it seems like
you gotta pick something, right?
Yeah.
But Kip's got to get through a real cutie, which is going to be a tough enough matchup as it is. I'm actually really looking forward to that series. I think there's a really good candidate for a 3-game series.
Yeah, true. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I actually think a lot of the matches coming up this weekend have a good chance of going 3. I mean, Slurs and Galamaz and Shiny Zenny and Ashter. I mean, they're gonna pick. Everyone gets to pick one of their best categories, and they're not all the same. Like Zenny, we think of as hundo, and Ashter, probably.
We think of Ashter as ROM hacks, but unfortunately, that's not something he's going to be able to choose. But seriously, Ashter, probably one of our most well-rounded runners, has very good times in all cross categories.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a single weak player in the bunch. The top 8, really a really good set of top 8 that we got here.
Yeah, and even if Osse doesn't win here, which I mean he's about to not, but I still feel like Osse gave Zoast a run for his money.
Oh, for sure.
It didn't end close in this match, but the hundo was still fairly close. And this choice to go RBO in the beginning of this RBO was really, we saw Zoast taking safety saves, and I don't see that very often. I mean, maybe I don't watch enough of his RBO or whatever, but I definitely feel like Osse has put up a good race here.
Absolutely.
So, Zoast, though, just a little too good. Not even bothering to clear out all the vines on that baby skip. And heading out. Didn't bother with any of the drops either in the Metroid rooms. Just going to roll with his any percent 10 supers. And
yeah, he's got plenty of it. He's got 30 regular missiles. He's fine. He's going to take a save here, though. Actually, I do like this choice. especially since he knows how far ahead he is. There are things that can go wrong in the Mother Brain fight. I mean, you think of this as having 9 E-tanks, but really, you think of this more as like having 4 or 5 E-tanks in terms of just getting through. I mean, obviously, he's going to want to do stand-up glitch most likely. But don't forget, we don't have any suits on here, so...
Yeah, and that rainbow beam, when you don't have any suits, takes off, what is that, 6 tanks?
Yeah, 6 E-tanks when you don't have when you don't have Barrier, I should say. Gravity doesn't make a difference there.
Yeah, so definitely, you know, he's got, what, 3 extra tanks at the moment, but the ketchup beam also hits for a lot, and what is he doing? Oh, he's taking his damage prematurely there.
Yep.
You saw it there, Mother Brain's head taking off 2 E-tanks worth of damage, I think.
Yep.
So, you know, very calculated from Zoast, but yeah, all these attacks really hitting for a ton here in the Mother Brain fight. Meanwhile, Osse completing his blue suit glitch here for the Dragon fight, and so is ready to finish this one off with the ammo. Looks like his ammo's with the grapple beam. Looks like he's going for the quick grapple as well, and does get it. Ooh, just at the very edge. So Osse having a good Dragon fight. We'll see how quickly he gets out of there. But Zoast into the stand-up glitch. And Osse got, I think, that one Hyper Beam shot last match, so I want to see it from Zoast, or I'm taking 3,000 points away.
Metroid is this anyway, where everything is made up and the points don't matter. So really, things are not being made up because these runners know what they're doing.
Well, this route's kind of made up. We're gonna do all the bosses in the wrong order. Sounds like a Whose Line game. I'll be your Drew Carey, Zoast. Oh, that Mother Brain doesn't look very red. I think I'm going to be taking some points away. Oh, look at all those shots. What is this?
4 or 5 shots. Not too bad, but yeah.
Minus 5,000. All right, no, in all seriousness though, Zoast having a fantastic RBO run.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's gonna sub 110 this. I way overestimated how long it was gonna take him to get to Torian when we were trying to figure it out before. No, this is gonna be a very nice run.
Probably the fastest RBO run of the
by
tournament.
far. And frankly, I think Kip in chat is correct. Only Zenny could possibly match this pace in a race setting, I believe.
Yeah, and we may see that. They are on different sides of the bracket, I believe, and they could meet in the final match.
That would be a finals.
Clash of the Titans, if there ever were one. Yeah, that is definitely one possibility. Shiny Zenny would have a heck of a time getting there through Ashter and Sloters or Galamaz, but
like I said, there are no weak players.
Yeah.
No weak players left. No easy wins.
Yeah. And Zoast heading here to the ship is going to claim that victory and the undefeated into the semifinals record with a first place time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, 23 seconds in an RBO race. Woo, blowing your socks off.
Yep. And also
improving... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Well, we were just going to say the same thing. Improving his SRL race PB by 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes, because I think earlier in the tournament he ran the 1:18:20 that is showing.
Yeah.
So, very nicely done.
Just casually shaving off, 9 or 10 minutes. That seems like Zoast. but GG to him. First match of this round of the playoffs. Definitely proving to be very interesting. Maybe I got a little ahead of myself when the vetoes came out so regular, but Osse throwing a wrench in things with the RBO, really going for it. Appreciate it. And looks like he's going to finish out, from what I can tell, looks like he's going to finish out his race at this point. Just a couple of bosses left to go. Shouldn't take but a couple of minutes for him. Do make sure to follow both of them. Fantastic runners. And Zoast securing even more money in the tournament.
First runner? Yeah. First runner into the semifinals?
Securing at least $75, and my guess is probably a bit more than that. So as Osse heads into Fantoon here, I should have a pretty quick fight with the plasma beam. Usually makes the 2-round a little bit easier, but we'll see what happens. Starting off with a good slow Fantoon. Just rubbing it in.
Two missiles, then the charged plasma beam.
And Fantoon is down? No? Something
almost.
Went wrong.
Yeah, just need to fire one more plasma beam shot and he'll be done.
Yeah, not sure what went wrong there. He must have missed a missile or something. I didn't see. There he goes.
Yeah, I think you're right. Probably one missile.
Yeah, it looked one missile short. That was weird. I think he didn't see it either because he looked like he thought Fantoon was dead as well. Well, in any case, I mean, cap off unfortunate RBO run there. But sounds like maybe we are Zoast.
I think we have a Zoast joined with us.
Hey,
hey, congratulations and GG's.
Thanks. Be displeased with that showing.
No, not at all. 2 SRL PBs. I mean,
10-minute PB.
I know that's not your real, RBO PB, but in a race setting, it's always impressive because you're not going to take those safety saves in a PB attempt, for instance.
Oh, I'm tickled with this time during this race. I think that's a really good showing.
Yeah, definitely. Very quick and fastest of the tournament so far.
Yeah, both categories.
Yeah, 100% was a little sloppy, but it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I hit a lot of the biggest stuff that can cost you the most time. I didn't make any massive mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
A little sloppy, but I was happy again. Like an RBO, I'm happy I didn't die. 100%, I'm glad I didn't miss an item. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So you want to talk us through the veto process? I mean, we know it's well recorded that you don't like triple bingo, so I want to ask you about that. But then Osse vetoes any %, which I don't know if you expected that or not, but it's certainly not a surprise. I mean, world record holder and all. So then you chose 100%. So you want to talk about what was your rationale for choosing that?
I just feel like 100% is the most guaranteed, except for like against any, which it'd be a harder match. Obviously, it'd be a tough match. I think against most people, I'm pretty favored in 100% since I've de-rested it. And it's just like, it's there's not any big surprises in it. It's mostly movement. So I feel like that's a pretty easy choice for me. Triple bingo, Osse would be a really tough. Like he's really good at routing.
Yeah, he's very good at triple bingo.
So like, there's no way I was playing triple bingo.
No.
If there was one person, it might be Osse that I would veto. If I can only veto it once in the whole tournament, I'd probably save it for this moment.
Yeah, I think that's a smart choice. I mean, no reason you couldn't win a triple bingo if it came up, but Osse is very good at that, and I think that's a smart choice for you. As much as we would have loved to have broadcast a triple bingo race, we can pretty much knew that wasn't happening. And then Osse, yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, I was surprised he didn't pick 100%. I was kind of surprised he picked any percent, but I mean, I figured it'd be one of those two.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. I kind of expected 100%, but yeah.
And then, had he chosen 100%, would you have just turned around and done the any percent?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't even sure when we started. It would have been any percent or 80% all bosses, probably.
Sure.
I wasn't sure which one of those I would want to pick.
So, and then Osse turns around and picks RBO. So, what were your thoughts about that? I mean, did you see it coming, or was it a bit of surprise?
It wasn't a surprise, really, because I saw him practicing it.
Ah, gotcha.
I cheated and watched the stream.
You know what? If he's going to stream it, that's not cheating.
Well, I needed to practice RBO anyway, because it's probably the one I'd least derusted, so it feels good to play some.
Yeah, if that's least derusted, I can't wait to see the derusted version.
Oh well, yeah. It might help me later in the tournament, to play some more RBO. Face Kip. I don't think Cutie would pick it. I'm not sure.
No, I think Cutie pretty much vetoes RBO, but maybe he'll surprise us. But yeah, Kip runs RBO, Zenny runs RBO. If you face either of those guys, yeah, that's definitely would be on the table.
Yeah, I practiced pretty much everything. I didn't practice any percent or 100% in the last 3 days, maybe. But I practiced slopes and ice, and I practiced GT Classic, RBO. So I was trying to be ready for anything, because I thought it might go to the third match. I thought that was a definite possibility because RBO. So I'm assuming he was going to pick RBO, but I didn't know. But I'm assuming from his practice that he was going to. But I was pretty much prepared for anything, though. I mean, I'm scared of any category. I think that was his best shot either way, is RBO.
Yeah, and early on, you guys are he's keeping pretty good pace with you. Unfortunately, had a little bit of trouble with the GT fight and came out of that with less energy and a little sketchy ammo, so that was a little bit tight. You got to take a little bit of a lead, and of course the Ridley fight being the Ridley fight.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened in GT. It looked like he left It looked like he left the energy recharge and then he came back or something. I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, it felt like when you did the fight, you took your time and did a whole bunch of farming with the grapple beam. I feel like Osse didn't do that as much, and just was it just more difficult fight in general, and that's kind of put him behind the 8 ball for a bit.
Did he farm the rippers and go back down? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had to farm the rippers because he spent all his supers on GT, and the way that you took the extra farm before you finished off GT, he didn't do that, and then his health dropped, and he got health bombed, so he didn't get any ammo pickups from GT.
Health bombs are so terrible in Lone Warfare. It's so bad.
Yep.
Yeah. So once he got health bombed, it was pretty much downhill from there. He had a slow farm on the rippers and refills, and then he had to farm some power bombs and fire flea and things like that. So
yep.
Yeah, it kind of snowballed, and I think probably threw off his Ridley fight.
It looked like a really good race up to there, though. We were pretty
close. It really was.
Yeah, it was very close.
Like the biggest difference, he took early power bombs into alpha power bombs pretty early. You took that E tank in Blue Bryn, coming back for it. I kind of like that strat of getting that extra energy tank. I think that gives you. I feel like the farming just becomes a lot. You gain time in the Upper Norfair farming for having that E tank. So I really like that choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's faster. You know,
I don't know if it's faster, but you gain time back with the farming in Upper Norfair, I think.
Sure. Yeah, and you have that extra missile packs to like beat BT's faster, and then like the Green Reserves faster, and then a lot of times you could not. I got hit in a weird spot. Like right when I went into the first Hell Run, I got hit by the first like mini hopper. That was really strange. And I was like, oh shit, this is not getting off to a good start. But that was good that I had that extra E-tank, because I think I was down to under 100, so I don't know if I would have lived without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if nothing goes wrong, though, you get to like the speed farm, and your reserve doesn't even trigger, so like, if you get it full, you farm is faster. So there are definitely benefits to it, and it's just comfier. So I kind of liked it for a race setting. The route I came up with was kind of weird. I don't know if it. I'm not saying it's fast. You know, I don't want to claim it's fastest. So use it at your own risk.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It can't be that bad. It made sense to me, and I liked it, so I did it.
Okay, Osse gonna take that last safety save before his mother brain fight. Gonna finish this. I'm really glad he's gonna finish this up. Really, I mean, this time he has a real. He's probably gonna sub 130, assuming he can get this mother brain fight and doesn't have any issues here, which is still really good for an RBO time.
Osse's scary good at picking stuff up and getting good at stuff. Super Metroid's a hard game, and like to be this good at all the categories in such a quick time.
Yep, absolutely.
He's definitely an impressive player.
Definitely. You know, I'm on the mic, so I gotta ask, Zoast. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, obviously, you probably have a pretty good shot at winning it all. I mean, it is the multi-category tournament. You feel like you can win it all without having played a triple bingo ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure can.
I mean, you don't feel like you kind of cheated yourself out of a good triple bingo match?
No, I don't. I always give people a hard time and say that it's not an actual category. No,
category.
But yeah, it's a valid race category for sure. So, but you know, I just don't. I'd rather play the other categories. I like all the other categories, but I'd rather play them. I've never been a huge bingo fan.
And you know, you're good at all the other categories, so
yeah.
Really, there's no reason to add that extra volatility that triple bingo brings. I don't blame you one bit for not choosing to run it. I mean, sure, it'd probably be fun. Like, you might enjoy it, but yeah, you come up against someone that really knows what they're doing in triple bingo, and just being able to read the card better can make a huge difference. So yeah.
If I was gonna do it, I would have tried to get me and Zinni to do it for the 6th round.
That would have been interesting, because I get the sense that he feels about the same with triple bingo.
Yeah, I don't think he would have let it happen. I don't know. It would have been low. He would have.
The only problem. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say he would have had the choice between low ice and triple bingo. He would have been unhappy with that.
Yeah, for sure. Because yeah, he does have that one. The low ice is definitely a category he doesn't favor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything. I don't actually have anything against bingo. I just don't want to play it personally.
Okay.
And I would do it earlier if I was going to do it, and not do it. You know, I'm not going to pick it in the last 2 matches.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I've seen you grinding all the different categories in your streams, and it really feel like you're taking this tournament very seriously, and that's really cool to see.
Well, pretty seriously. I mean, I could have practiced harder for all. I mean, I'm still doing an 80% grind for the most part during the tournament.
Yeah, but it's a category, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad to be graded 80%. That's for sure. And all bosses not that much different. Low percent has low elements, 10%. But you know, I've taken it somewhat seriously for sure. I'm definitely trying to give a great showing. This is like right up my alley. The multi-category tournament that plays to all my strengths.
For sure. That's why people have trouble figuring out what to ban against you, I guess.
Yeah.
Osse finishing up his run here. Yeah, this is gonna be a really good time for him. You know, the Ridley deaths notwithstanding, but yeah, anytime you get a sub 30 RBO, I think it's very impressive.
So, of the players remaining, who would you like to face in the finals if you end up making it all the way there?
Oh, wait a minute. Would start off. You know, next week will be either Kip or Real Cutie. So, what are your thoughts on those two? And then we can get to the finals matchups.
I think Kip and Cutie seems like a really tight match as far as like it'd be hard to predict who would win that one. Because I think Kip has just got a little bit more all-around knowledge of like low percent ice on RBO. It's stronger. Of course, Cutie can ban one of those, but I think Kip's a strong opponent, and it'll be interesting. I'll be interested to watch that match. All the matches I'll be interested to watch. As far as whoever gets to the finals, I'm not. I don't want to say I want to see any. I don't want to pick favorites or anything.
That's fair. Yeah, and Osse finishing up with an official SRL time of 1:25:02. So GG's to Osse. Very well done.
It's not. I mean, it's not going to be easy though. Whatever happens, it hasn't been easy. It's not going to be easy.
Right. We'll see if Osse wants to join us here as well. I see him in chat. Zenny not even picking himself. Oh, there we go. There's Osse. GG's. Good run. Just tough Ridley fights, but overall, very good tournament. So congratulations, Osse, on a well-done tournament. And otherwise, you want to talk about your choices here? Choosing RBO, I thought that was a bold choice. I kind of liked it.
So 2 reasons for RBO. One is it was my worst category, and so I wanted to make it my best category. So that's what I've been doing this week with my grit public practice. So yeah, this was my curveball. And the other reason is I thought people weren't putting up great RBO times. Like my PB turned out to be competitive with what's on our tournament leaderboard, and so I figured I could put up a good time here if things went well, but not today.
I mean, really, it just came down to, you were keeping pretty good pace up until you guys got into Lower Norfair, and the GT fight got away a little bit, which kind of put you behind the 8 ball, and then, of course, the Ridley fight being the Ridley fight.
Yeah, so the Ridley fight, the first time I went in, I just forgot to farm supers after the Crystal Flash. And so I got halfway into the fight and I ran out of supers early. I didn't know what was going on. So I just forgot to farm, and that threw me off for the rest of it. And GT, I normally reset after getting health bomb there. So wasn't really prepared going forward.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But overall, a really good showing. Getting to the final 8, we started with 60 runners down to the final 8. So a very good tournament for you. Gonna win a little bit of cash, the $25. So congratulations there.
Yeah, that's nice. And throughout the tournament, I got to race all of the categories now.
Nice.
That's part of why I wanted Zoast to pick Hundo, because that was the other one I haven't raced.
Ah, okay.
Calculated.
That was the first time I ran Hundo in this tournament too.
So I had a fun night.
Yeah, because you're wondering, because you vetoed any percent, which is not a bad choice, but Hundo just being such a safe in generally is such a safe category. It just didn't seem like maybe the best choice. But hey, if you wanted to play Hundo and was hoping for it, then hey, you got to play all your categories, and that's really cool.
Exactly.
Was there a particular category, or I mean, now that you have played them all, I mean, is there one like for the next tournament that you would want to take out, or one you definitely want to see in the next tournament?
Well, like RBO, I really like running. It's just the death potential really hurts the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'd like to come back to that. I find that like 80% all bosses and Hundo are like all execution checks, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And so they feel a bit the same in what they're testing.
Okay.
All right. Anything else either one of you want to add before we close it out for the night?
Just thanks for commentating, GG Osse. You get scary good at all these categories really quickly, by the way.
Yeah, I'm relatively new to all the categories. Like, from the announcement of the tournament, I picked up most of them. So I had a lot of fun with this tournament experience. It's been a good time.
Yeah, glad to have seen you race. It was definitely fun to watch, and hope you're back for another one whenever the next one is.
And while I'm at it, good luck in the Super Metroid Link to the Past Randomizer tournament, since you're still going strong there. I believe the number 1 seed, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully that one will treat you well.
Yep. Just shifting from tournament to tournament.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. Well, go ahead. Never mind.
Well, I was going to start wrapping it up. So if there's anything else anyone wants to add, I do that now. A little bit of music coming through. All right, so then we are going to be done for the night. Still lots of Super Metroid action coming this weekend at 3:00. We're going to have Galmaz versus Sloters. They're going to play all 3 games, should a game 3 become necessary. At 8:00, almost immediately after that, potentially, Kip versus a Real Cutie. And then on Sunday, the last of our quarterfinal matchups, Shiny Zeddy versus Azure. Like we said, there are no weak players left, and so there should be some really good matches here coming up, and I hope you all tune in.
Yeah, definitely. And that prime time Kip versus Cutie match looks like it's already scheduled on the main SpeedGaming channel. So definitely going to be featured there, it looks like. But all the matches going to be awesome, and definitely follow all the runners in this match, and then the top 8 here. They're all amazing. I don't know who's going to take it, but looking forward to finding out after this week.
All right, and that'll do it for us. Thank you to Sire for joining me on commentary.
Yeah.
Thank you to the SpeedGaming people, all the hard work behind the scenes. We had Mind of Me and Maddie Walker setting things up behind the scenes here. Thank you to our sponsors, Balls Guarana and Megacat Studios, for providing the prize money for this tournament, and to all the other organizers behind the scenes. Thank you to all of them for putting on this tournament. It's been a lot of fun. And that's going to do it for us.
Yep, well, definitely. I'll see you next mission, and shout outs to you too, Tracy, as one of the organizers, for always stepping in when needed.
Yep, absolutely. You're very welcome. It's been a lot of fun, and so we'll close it out. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be.